Hey guys, and welcome back to the Small Time Critic. It's been a long time. Yes, we've been away, basically trying to sort some stuff out. But yeah, we're back now. Should be back as normal. And yeah, so I am 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. I'm Kem.
Kem and Hashi.
And we don't have Mo today because of London traffic. But yeah, hey, it is what it is.
It's that time of the year, man.
It's a time. No, seriously, it's the time of the year. People are busy, but we're going to crack on without him, and then hopefully he'll be with us fairly shortly.
Yep.
If he's not with us this one, he should be with us on the next episode. But anyway, today we are talking about Godzilla -1. Oh, before we go on, please like, comment, subscribe. Help us get the numbers. Please hit the bell so whenever we post, you're aware. Yeah. So let's get cracking. Godzilla -1, a Japanese production directed by, if I could get this up here, Hash, do you know?
No.
Okay, I think it's Yamazaki, but I need to. Oh, okay, yes, it's Takashi Yamazaki. Shows how much I know about it, but it's a good film. Yeah, it's a good one. Hashi, talk to me. What do you think?
This was a fantastic film, bro. It's one of those things. It's one of those films that I think every year there's films that you're anticipating, there's films that you're looking forward to, and then there's films that surprise you. And I think this is definitely one of them. Because for me, Ken, bro, I really enjoyed this film, and it wasn't even on my radar. You told me about it a while back, and I was like, "Oh, really? Another Godzilla movie? A Godzilla movie, and then like a Godzilla kind of like TV show as well in Monarch, which we will be covering as well on the pod fairly soon for a series review." But this Godzilla -1 was the Godzilla, the kaiju monster that we wanted to see. Yeah,
it did feel like the kaiju.
And the thing is, like, the CGI for it was so good because the monster, for me, it was very, very good.
That's interesting.
For me, the kaiju was so great in regards to the CGI and in regards to also its design, because the kaiju looked so mean and so like horrible and like he was so vindictive and petty. That's what it felt like a lot of the time.
Yeah.
In terms of the kaiju, literally the kaiju was only there to destroy. That's all it did. It had no motivation, no nothing.
It was
really
territorial in a sense, though.
Maybe
because obviously he was aiming for Tokyo, and it's almost like he was targeting that.
But yeah, there is a couple of things I just want to hit.
Okay, go for it.
First of all, I have to quickly just mention the sound design.
Yeah,
the sound design for this was outstanding. To bring out the 1952 original Godzilla, you know what I mean, score, like the main kind of theme for Godzilla when it attacks.
Yeah,
outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
It kind of sent shivers down my arm when I heard it. It's almost like I was like, "Oh, that is a great homage to it."
Oh,
that
yeah,
is great.
100%.
Like, and the use of that, they used it more than once, and I didn't feel like they overused it.
They only used it 3 times, I think.
But it felt right every time.
No, it had weight. 100%, it had weight. And in terms of like when to use sound, when to not use sound, when the kaiju was literally about to use its heat ray to destroy the boats towards the end of the film, and everything went silent. People were taking their hats off, ready to die, and then you have our man. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, let me. Koshi Sasumaka.
There you go. By the way, guys, Kem's been doing this for like all last night, all today in the group chat. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, for me, also the directing, Kem.
Yeah.
This was such a well-directed film. In terms of the shot selection, in terms of how clear the visual storytelling was from point A to point B, what was important, what wasn't important, in terms of the way that the actors were staged and the blocking and the movement of the actors. A prime example is one I gave you last night is when later into the film, our main guy is literally in a bar with, what do you call it, the captain, the doctor and the young man.
The young boy.
The young boy.
Yeah.
And the captain literally grabs him by the scruff of his neck.
They went in a bar. It was in Koshi's home.
Was it Koshi's home? But he kind of like grips him up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they're all in close quarters, but you can see all of their faces in very close quarters. And then when the camera backs away, they're in one corner, completely well lit.
Yeah. And
you can see some lady in the background.
Don't go too much because I actually want to ask some questions.
But go ahead.
Okay, so
let's go back to the beginning. Actually,
that's what I'm starting.
Yeah, good man.
So the beginning again. Sorry. This is all over the place. Normally we have Mo here to sort of steer the ship.
Exactly.
But hey, guess what? You know what? The kids are out to play today. Yeah. So when you first see Koshi, and he is obviously it's not said, but it's known that he's a deserter. Yeah. So he's a disgrace now.
In the Japanese culture.
In the Japanese culture.
Of kamikaze.
Exactly. Because obviously, without saying it, I weren't aware that he was a kamikaze pilot until it was said. But then his whole being and how he was carrying himself, it was in a sense of shame.
Yes. As soon as he hits Odo Island at the start,
okay,
you realize, okay, when a great actor, by the way, I think his name is Takabana.
What you want his name? His actual name?
No, the character name.
The character's name. It's Tachibana.
Tachibana. When that brother, he comes to him like on a respectful thing, and he says to him, we've looked at this bro for from the top to the bottom. No fault.
Yeah.
How come you're here?
That's the question I want to ask you. So when he said that, did you sort of suss? Did you feel that was sort of like fed to you that sort of information, or was it right how they gave you that information
for me,
for you to sort of find out for yourself? Okay, this is there's something fishy going on here.
For me, I felt that the performances were all fantastic, and it aided to some of the exposition, which was a bit wonky in regards to like. It was a bit heavy-handed at times. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie to you, because the movie was so great, I kind of like let those things go. I disregarded those things in a weird way. So with that one, I felt that Takabana kind of like questioned him, and you could see from our lead's reaction that obviously he knew that there was something there, but then he pretended like he was all hurt and stuff like that. And then we get the start. Yeah. And then we get the first.
It was like they weren't messing about. It was straight in our face.
It was straight. By the way, it was straight away. We see the kaiju, and a smaller version of it,
and they didn't hide it. They weren't like showing you a part of it.
It wasn't like a Jaws thing.
No, it exposed it completely. So continue, man. Continue.
But again, I felt like it aided to it because, again, a lot of now kind of creature features they try to adopt what was so great about Jaws, the original, in regards to slow reveal, showing only parts of it, and then towards the kind of middle of the movie having that big reveal. Yeah. But this one straight away. Yeah. And the amazing thing is, this is an example of how powerful the kaiju is, and it wasn't like a kind of like a cold open where we don't see any of these people again.
And development and growth as well.
Because all of these, every single event that happened at the start on Odo Island mattered for the rest of the film.
It did. It was
his wound. The rest of the film.
Yeah, his personal. Yeah, but then even on the kaiju as well, because all of the everything played into it. Even the war, the Hiroshima as well. Obviously, that fed him as well, made him bigger as well. I would assume.
Yes.
So everything, as you said, everything meant something and carried weight as well.
I think a lot of people know this, but Godzilla is kind of an allegory of nuclear war and nuclear destruction and stuff like that, and how bad it can be, and just the destruction that can happen. You know what I mean? The unmitigated disaster which can happen with nuclear war, and obviously that's what the kaiju represents. Yeah. And I felt that it really did well to kind of speak about the kind of political kind of like atmosphere at that time in regards to post World War II Japan, and how Japan at that time was a country which wasn't as kind of efficient and as well looked at as it is right now. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, because Japan was a country that was known for mismanagement.
Yes, and there's a lot. There's a lot of diplomatic sort of speech in regards to sort of like they didn't want to sort of cause a diplomatic issue with like using certain sort of warships because of that might be an issue between the Soviets and the Americans and stuff like that. Yes. So again, that was great for the time as well. So it was true to, obviously I know it's fiction, but it was true to sort of the era as well.
Yes. And a lot of the culture of Japan in regards to kind of the samurai way and sacrificing yourself for honor had come all the way into the war. Yeah. And the fact that the main message of the film is we've already sacrificed so much of ourselves let's try and live.
Yeah.
Incredible message.
Yes.
Incredible message.
Yeah.
And that speech by the doctor, the engineer, was outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. And I just felt that this film was so small in its stakes at the start in regards to our lead and Noriko. And their relationship. And then the young baby who could be one of the cutest babies I've seen in a long time.
Akio,
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It's been a long time I've gone to see a movie.
Yeah.
And I was hoping and fighting for love. It's almost like you know that friend who just won't step up and just like like, dude, come on, man.
And the captain kept on saying it. Why haven't you married her?
Bro, you know what? The captain is such a caricature of an anime character.
Oh, 100%.
But it works.
It works.
Oh my goodness, it's and they're so dramatic.
Oh yeah.
These guys are so dramatic, but it works. It works. Okay, now let's go back to forget what I felt. You see where he first meet was it Nakio? Noriko. So when he first met Noriko, on those sort of circumstances, again, it was a test of his character.
Yeah.
And he was about to bail.
Yeah.
I think from there, that's when everything kind of turned. It might, from what I saw, because he was about to leave the child.
Yeah.
And then everything turned. And then to then be in a situation, again, you're dishonest. You've been dishonored from what you ran away from in regards to war. And now you're living in a taboo situation, in an absolutely disgraceful situation. At the time. Yeah. And for him to sort of persevere, it was brilliant. It was brilliant, man.
But again, I feel like fundamentally he's always a good person, but he was just living in a time where a human being's will to live and to survive was frowned upon in that regard. Because of the Japanese culture at that time. And again, I just loved their kind of relationship and the way they kind of interact and stuff like that, and the way that they persisted to raise a child that didn't belong to both of them. You know what I'm saying?
But
and then beautiful. Also the scene with the neighbor.
Yeah.
So I think her name was Sarujo.
I could put out
and her initially like completely disavowing him, saying and basically saying all of the things that people Samiko and all the things that people at that time would have said.
Yeah.
And towards the end, kind of her nature as a good person coming out and helping them, you know what I'm saying, giving the baby the bag of rice, you know what I'm saying, because she didn't want her to die of malnutrition. It was fantastic. Again, the smaller story in the bigger event of the movie, outstanding. And I just felt his arc from someone who was a coward, who was ashamed of everything, who had guilt, and then him thinking that he's lost Naruko, him then committing to the fight against the kaiju, him then understanding what he should have done, and his war never being over, and him finally ending his war.
I love the little, obviously the internal sort of beef he had, or the internal issue he had, and I think it was just a master stroke in regards to how to tell a story. Him not knowing whether obviously I think he does know, but because he's got PTSD, such a crazy PTSD.
Mad PTSD,
he can't differentiate whether he doesn't know whether he's alive or not, because it's weighing so heavy on him. He's like, I must be dead. I must be dreaming. And he's saying, and obviously Namiko obviously consoled him. Again, I wanted love, man. I wanted love so bad. I wanted it to win, man.
And I think for me, any other movie, if you'd expect Naruko to be dead, especially when the kaiju when it attacked Gizu, 100% I thought she was dead, and it would have made sense. Again, we haven't seen the body. I understand, with you know what I mean, with movie stuff like that, we haven't seen the body. Okay, I get it. But I couldn't. Kem, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I realized that she was alive. Do you know when Sujiro, so the when she got the telegram, after he said like, I'm not coming back, you know what I'm saying, I was like, oh, she's alive. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't. Normally I'd be deflated and I'd be upset. You
weren't deflated?
Because remember the same thing happened in Expendables 4 with Sylvester Stallone, and I was fuming. But Kem, I wanted love to prevail, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was not mad at all.
No,
So and then I knew also that Takibana was
He's
showing
my
him,
guy, bro.
he was showing him the ejector seat.
The ejector seat, yeah.
I knew that. I knew that was coming as well. Again, didn't mind. Didn't mind. Because again, another movie would have made him sacrifice himself for the good of, the people of Japan.
Yeah.
And that would have been great. That would have been great ending as well.
It would have been.
But for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes in movies, bro, it's good to get your kick in ear too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now questions. Yeah. Would this movie have been better with a bigger budget? Do you reckon?
For me, the only thing would have been another we call it set of actors, maybe more famous people. But again, because the story is so great and the script was so fantastic, it didn't matter who would be in it. Who would be in it, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Revisiting the
ho, look who it is.
walking through a show. Welcome, man. Welcome.
How you doing?
Yeah, all good.
Take a seat, man.
Take a seat, man.
Take a seat,
Take a
we're
seat,
nearly
man.
done.
Yeah.
But
Hey, listen. All I'm saying, look. No, we can wait for him. Thing. Please, no feeding him any meat.
Any what?
Don't feed him any meat, please.
Any you?
Meat. Don't feed him any meat.
Shut up, man.
What?
Shut up.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Had enough of you, bro.
Hey, everybody. So Mo's, he's just come out from the cold. He's a bit grumpy, so we're just gonna keep him moving.
Oh, you're just.
What, man? I'm happy to see you.
Cool. Yeah.
Whatever.
Happy to see you too, man.
Why does it do? It sounds like that fake laugh you do.
Happy to see you too. I'm gonna see you outside. See you outside.
Sorry.
Hey, let's wrap this one up.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's wrap it up. So, so we're talking about Godzilla -1. You didn't get to it, did you?
No.
Okay, cool. Very good one. It'll be great to sort of hear your opinion when you do see it. So the question was.
Sorry to cut you off. Is my thing moving on the?
Yeah.
You can see it, yeah.
Alright,
Cool.
So yes, about the budget. Yeah. My only issue, I had an issue with the CGI.
Really?
I think you know what? I think I enjoyed the movie so much, and I was okay to disregard it. But there was times where the CGI it felt a little bit too fake. Even though I was happy, and I was happy with how they made how he looked. It wasn't the sort of the normal sort of Godzilla would see. This felt like a kaiju instead of like a Godzilla that we normally know.
It's like a dinosaur.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it weren't the best, in my opinion.
I felt like
Is he hating?
No,
I felt like the Bryan Cranston, Aaron Taylor Johnson film in 2015. I thought that CGI was pretty bad for the kaiju.
Seriously.
I thought this one was so well done because, in a way, the monster's design was very simple.
It was.
But some of the kind of like accoutrements, the extra parts in terms of the way it powered up.
Yeah.
And the spikes.
I love that.
The way the spikes were designed, amazing.
I love that.
In a way,
it felt like a prop.
In a way, it looked like rock armor on like the side of the shore. Because when you're seeing it coming, you don't know is that like a like a set of rocks?
When he first powered up, that felt like a seismic moment.
Oh yeah.
And as you say, the sound design made us feel like a seismic moment. And then when he released that crazy beam.
Bro, this is a great movie, bro.
It's a good movie.
I know, I heard.
It's a good movie.
I heard.
Okay, last question now. Where would you rank it out of all the Godzillas that's already done?
Can I ask you a question before we get to like rankings?
Yeah, go for it.
This is near the end. We're ending. What is Godzilla? Because I don't know much about Godzilla's lore, so I know it's not like what is it? Because I'm seeing now like there's powers and things like that.
Yeah.
Even though all I've known of it is like I guess fire breathing, I suppose. Right?
Atomic breath.
Atomic breath. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So now I'm seeing all of these other things, and I've heard things as well.
Yeah.
So what is Godzilla? Is
So
it like an entity? Like is it like some next
Essentially, this was
supernatural thing?
This was a monster that was brought into cinema in the 1950s. Again, we kind of mentioned it earlier. An allegory for nuclear war.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. In terms of like Japan's kind of, creative take on the effects of war.
Excuse me.
Of the Hiroshima bomb and Nagasaki as well. And the monsters evolved in terms of its powers, where it attacks.
When it's been attacked.
And also its sentience as well. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's been loads of Japanese versions of these films, but also then Warner Bros. Took license, I think maybe 40 years ago for the films, and they've been releasing some of their films. And I think.
But where does it come from in the lore?
In the lore,
in like the Godzilla lore, like the lore of Godzilla, like the whole story of Godzilla, like King Kong is like
He's from
like,
the right.
So where does Godzilla come? Like, where is it?
So it could again a lot of kind of the genesis and kind of inside incident has been like maybe a lab trying to create like a weapon kind of thing, and something happening kind of thing. That's happened a lot.
This lab is all you had to say.
This
lab is all you had to say, bro.
This is almost like a sort of like a Spider-Man sort of origin, where obviously it could have been sort of the nuclear disaster, which made some sort of sea monster develop.
And again in this film, the kaiju has regenerative powers. And it's very, very smart, and it kind of sees stuff coming as well, which was kind of very scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Spidey sense,
huh?
Like Spidey sense.
This guy.
What do you mean?
This guy's on top form, bro. This guy's already on top form, bro.
But all right, cool. Before we finish, I want to talk about the end. So
get back to your ranking as well if you want.
Oh no, I'm gonna do that then. Thank you for interrupting me. So the way in which that they I'm dead serious. The way in which that they done the flotation thing and the thing. What do you think about that? Do you think it was a good way of...
Again, a sound plan, considering how powerful the monster was. Again, I think...
Is it?
Using... Because pressure in regards to a way to kind of take it down.
It's from the depth, though. It's already from... Like, how is that going to affect it?
But again, the speed of which you can kind of like...
Compression sickness.
It can implode.
Yeah, I know, but...
Potentially. But it made sense. Like, I understand the logic behind it.
The logic behind it is sound. But I'm just thinking, he's already a creature from the depth. Yeah? And obviously, in the speed in which they do, I understand that logic. But then to break up and everything, that's what I'm talking about, the CGI, man. The crumble at the end, I was like, were you okay with that?
Again, when a story is that good.
You got sold.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. This is so well directed. I'm telling you now, bro.
I know what that means. That means he's going to come catch you back here when you don't make the same logic.
No.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Okay. That's a good one, man. You, bro. Like,
are we not good no more?
Listen.
Why?
Like, guys, there's some things that have happened off screen. What you've done is irredeemable. Is
this from the other day, by the way?
It's unforgiven, like...
Unforgiven?
I was hoping you'd say that the actor's name or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool, man.
What? William Money?
And...
Wait, Unforgiven is...
Anyway, guys.
William Money, yeah.
Guys, while they're talking to each other, I don't actually know what I did, and I'm a bit sure.
No, it's fine. End Godzilla -1, please.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Anyway, Hash. So where would you rank this in all the Godzillas?
For me, goodness me. No, this is my favorite one. I think this is my favorite one. Fair. And it's not even recency bias. I felt story-wise outstanding. Fair. Outstanding. I think the original, for its time, what it did was incredible from the 50s. I really like the Gareth Edwards one. There's one scene, there's a Halo jump scene in that movie at the start where they parachute down. Incredible action set piece. You should watch it. But this film, the personal human story at the heart of it, you know what I mean? A couple trying to raise a kid.
No, it was brilliant. SCC scores, quickly.
8 out of 10.
Ooh. That's look, again, I'm you know me, I'm very harsh on my score when something's bad. I will give this a solid 6.5. I would have given it a 7, but the CGI
really bothers that much.
Yeah. But it's a really good movie.
6.5 for a really good movie.
Bro, I've been giving 2s, 3s.
Yeah, but those are
fair enough. You know, you know what I love? I don't want anyone to ever say Mohammed's harsh. Because
this is harsh.
I'm a very, very...
Is this harsh?
No, I don't think...
I actually like it.
No, it's just I think the way you're speaking about it doesn't reflect what the score is. I think that's what it is usually when we get mad about your score, really.
Yeah. We get mad about my... Oh.
But I was going to say, is this a Japanese made this?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Leave Godzilla to them, man.
They know
why has Hollywood ain't got to touch that ever?
Bear in mind, I have to say this though. This is the best Godzilla I've seen out of all of them. Yep. Because bar the CGI, storytelling wise and everything else, it is the best one.
Some frames in this movie look like a painting.
Yeah.
It was that well directed.
But I don't rate all the other Godzillas really highly, but this one I do. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap up here. Yes, if you like what you saw, hopefully we're all here at the start from now on. Like, comment, subscribe, and sort of leave us a comment. Yeah, tell us about tardiness. Tell us about how good it is to be on time. Was
there someone late in the movie?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we will see you soon. Peace.
Peace.